Most people driving past this see a small steel shed and assume it is a workshop, a storage unit, or something a farmer threw up for equipment. They are wrong on all three counts. Step through that front door for a second. The first thing that hits is the light. Morning sun pouring in from a window bank on the front wall, landing straight across a polished concrete floor that catches every bit of it. To the left, a kitchen with open shelving, a butcher block counter, and a coffee maker that is clearly used every single day. Straight ahead, a small living space, just big enough for one deep sofa and a reading chair angled toward the window. Down a short hallway, 2 bedrooms. The primary on the left holds a queen bed with room to spare, a built-in closet tucked into the wall itself. The second room on the right is set up as an office right now, a desk, a plant, natural light from a single side window. Nothing about this space feels small. It feels chosen. Welcome to Barndominium Institute, where we go deep on real numbers behind alternative housing. This video covers the real cost breakdown, the structural engineering behind why this shell was priced where it was, the finished 2-bedroom interior, and the honest problems that nobody tells you before you sign. Subscribe if this is your first time here. This is a home on a small rural lot in Missouri. Fully engineered, permanently permitted, 960 square feet, 2 bedrooms. The shell that became all of this started at $19,900. Stay for the number that comes right after this one, because the gap between what the shell cost and what it took to turn it into everything you just saw is the one thing nobody tells you before you buy. 960 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a 24 by 40 post-frame steel shell. Quick question before the numbers. What do you think a home like this actually costs to finish? Pick a number and keep it in your head. The shell that made all of this possible cost $19,900. 4 suppliers were asked to quote the exact same footprint, including major names like Steelmaster Buildings, Absolute Steel, and Curveco Steel Structures. 2 came back in the mid-20s per square foot. The winning quote came from a smaller regional fabricator with room in the schedule and a willingness to negotiate. It is not a price everyone will get. It is the price that came from making 4 calls instead of 1. Now look around the house again. The polished concrete floor beneath your feet? Less than $10,000. The spray foam insulation hidden inside these walls, the reason the house stays comfortable instead of feeling like a metal shed in summer or winter. Under $7,000. Every light switch, power outlet, ceiling fixture, and the electrical panel quietly doing its job behind the wall. About $5,000. The plumbing serving the kitchen sink, bathroom, shower, and toilet? Under $9,000, managed carefully to keep costs down. Everything that makes this place feel like a real home instead of an empty shell, the framed walls, drywall, flooring, interior doors, trim, cabinets, and fixtures, around $18,000. Add it all together, and this finished home landed between $52,500 and $70,000. Now compare that with building a conventional stick-framed home of the same size in 2026. That would typically cost $140,000 to $190,000. So, how close was your guess? Most people expect a number nearly twice as high. Here is the part almost nobody explains correctly. A conventional home pours a continuous concrete footing under every single exterior wall. That footing alone is one of the most expensive line items in the entire build. This shell does not have one. Steel posts, spaced 8 to 12 feet apart, drop straight into isolated concrete piers. No continuous footing. No wasted concrete under walls that are not carrying extra load. The savings from that one decision ripple through everything that follows it. And because those posts carry the load, not the interior walls, there was nothing to build around inside. The entire floor plan got decided by how the space would actually be lived in, not by where a structural wall had to sit. Rated for 140-mile-an-hour wind, snow load up to 50 pounds per square foot. This is not a cut-corner building. It is a differently engineered one. Here is the part that almost derailed the whole project. Permitting. Before a single dollar moved, a call went to the county building and zoning office, because enough horror stories exist about people who skipped that step and found out too late. This county had a minimum dwelling size requirement, and this build cleared it. Not every county's number is the same. Some will demand an extra 2 to 4 months and $1,500 to $4,000 in engineering fees before they say yes. Find that out first. Insulation was never negotiable. Steel is an aggressive conductor of temperature. Skip full closed-cell spray foam anywhere on that skin and condensation, mold, and a much higher power bill arrive within a couple of years. Every climate, no exceptions. And financing was the real surprise. A conventional mortgage lender took one look at this and said no. The path that worked was a construction loan through a lender who actually understands steel frame residential builds. And that lender pool is smaller than most people expect. It also means the buyer pool is smaller if this home ever sells. Worth knowing before you build, not after. The exterior is still a steel gable shell from the road. No amount of finish work changes that. If that is a deal breaker for your street, no cost figure fixes it. $19,900 is where this started. Under $70,000 finished is where it ended up. For less than the price of many new pickup trucks, this became a permanent 2-bedroom home. Against $140,000 to $190,000 for the same square footage built the conventional way, that math holds up entirely on its own. The only real question left: does 960 square feet actually work for how you want to live, or do you need more room than that? Drop your answer below. If you had $70,000 and a small piece of land right now, would you build this or hold out for something bigger? Subscribe. The next build takes this same honest math to a footprint big enough for a family of 4, and the number that comes out the other side surprised even the person who ran it.